Welcome to episode 17 of How to CE5, where over the course of 21 episodes, we are covering 21 basic things for you to do so that you can be a great CE5 ambassador and make contact with ETs. I'm Andre Cardoso, and in today's episode, we'll be speaking again about how to set up for having great group fieldwork sessions for close encounters of the fifth kind. And specifically in this episode, we'll be talking about delegating responsibilities and roles across your CE5 team. So why would we want to possibly set up particular roles for different members in the group in being a part of this CE5 initiative and doing group fieldwork together? In short, because it will make things run smoothly. You don't want to be in a group where there is chaos for the whole evening or where the group never fully comes together. And knowing what each person in the group can bring to the group and splitting up the different roles that might be needed can really help just keep things running smoothly and allow for the group coherence to flow, allow for ET contact to happen in a really natural feeling way. So what are some of the roles that arise within CE5 working groups? One role might be a main group leader or a coordinator, or there could be one person who kind of heads up the fieldwork session and another one who does more of the back-end planning on bringing everybody together and deciding on the location and the time and doing all of the logistical work leading up to the session. You might have someone who's a grounder who really grounds the energy of the group and feels solid and is connecting deep with the earth. You might have someone who's a caretaker who's really there to make sure that everybody's doing well and feeling good about what's happening and just checking in with everybody. You might have someone who's doing security to deal with anybody from outside the group that might be walking by or any kind of interruptions that might happen during the CE5 field work from anybody who's outside the group. You might want someone who's specifically prepared to deal with anybody else and divert attention away from the group so that you guys can continue doing your CE5. And then there's all kinds of aspects of being together in a group where we might want to involve different pieces of equipment or be set up for different things that might happen. So in the equipment episode, some of the things that I mentioned are having a star chart or a satellite chart. You might also want to use a camera to take film or photographs, or having a notebook. So having those different pieces of equipment, a lot of the times it's good to split up those different pieces of equipment. So one person might be taking notes and reviewing the star chart and the satellite chart for what satellites might be going over. Another person might be really good with cameras and have a nice one that they own that they can use to do night photography. So that's great. It's not like everybody needs to have a camera. It's not like everybody needs to have a laser pointer. In fact, it's better if there's only one laser pointer maximum within the group, just for some safety and order within the group. And there could be a variety of other roles that I haven't mentioned. There is room for intuitive people of various kinds and intuitive activity in relation to CE5. A lot of the times, different members of the group are more perceptive of different aspects of contact. So some people are more auditorily oriented. Some people see more visual things. Some people have more of a mental intuition, a more intuition and sense of perceiving things that come directly through thought. There could be someone who is really in tune and likes to do guided meditations. That's a great role for someone to fill. So it's great to have lots of different people in the group who can experience these different things and who can share with each other and create a sense of unity throughout the whole thing. It's not like every member in the group has to be perfect at every aspect of CE5. That's one of the aspects of coming together in a group, is that we bring each other's best qualities out for this work. So how do we decide on different roles for people in the group? This can happen over time, and it'll just happen organically a lot of the time. Go ahead and just feel free to learn more about each other and what each of your individual skills are that you bring to any group, but would be especially useful in a CE5 setting. Sometimes natural roles arise organically within the group, and it is good to make note of those roles so that coordination is just that much more effortless. I hope this episode has been useful for you to consider the power of assigning group member roles for your fieldwork group in doing close encounters of the fifth kind. If you'd like some more tips about how to form a CE5 group and more on meditation, equipment, and logistics, download the free CE5 Basics PDF from the website. That's ce5podcast.com. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.